Welcome to today's video on designing a nightlight.
Let's go to tinkercad.com. Now we'll log in using our school Gmail account and you can join your teacher's classroom using her class code. Once you've logged in, your screen should look like this. Click the Create button and select 3D Design to begin designing your project.
This design is going to consist of a base where we'll keep a tea light and a lid through which the light will shine. To start creating the base, I'm going to drag a cylinder onto my work plane and I'll set the dimensions to 2 inches by 2 inches. Then I'll decrease the height to 1/4 of an inch and I'll make a copy and slide over the second cylinder. For this one, I'm going to decrease the size to 1 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch, and I'll decrease the height to 1/8 of an inch. Now I'll raise this upwards by 1/4 of an inch so that when I select both the cylinder components and align them, they're stacked one on top of the other, like so. Now I'm going to go ahead, group this component and set it aside, and I'll bring a semi-sphere onto my work plane. Again, for the outermost shell, I'm going to go ahead and increase the length and width to 2 inches by 2 inches, and I'll make a copy. For the second semi-sphere, I'm going to go ahead and set the fill to hollow, and I'll decrease the length and width to 1 7/8 of an inch this time. This will be a little bit larger than the inner cylinder of our base, so that once we align and group this component, and once we print it, it'll land right on top of our base component. To make sure that you've correctly cut through the dome, go ahead and check from the bottom view and make sure that you have a cut out sphere. Now to embellish the top part of our nightlight, I'm going to go ahead and drag a solid star onto my work plane, and I'll decrease the size to about 0.3 inches. Then I'll set the fill to hollow and increase the height to around 2 inches, like this. And then I'll make 6 copies. And each time I'm sliding it a bit over so I can differentiate between them. And I think I might need more than 6 stars, but for now I'm just going to get started with 6 and see how many more I would like. So I'll start by dragging each star onto the dome, like so, and you can place it however you like. If you choose, you can rotate the stars a bit, you can use a different shape, and you can also customize the size and the number of stars you include in your design. As you can see, there's some space for more stars on my design, so I'm just making more copies and sliding over the stars until I'm happy with how they're spread out. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch the view so that you can see that most of the stars are on the top part of my dome, but I'd like to add some more on the sides as well. So go ahead and make sure you like your dome from all sides. And feel free to add more stars as per your liking. Alright, I think I'm happy with how this looks, so I'm going to go ahead and drag over all the star and the dome components, and then I'm going to group. This might take a second, but once you've completed the grouping, you'll have cutouts through which the light will be able to shine through in the night, and the solid areas are where the light will either be reflected or absorbed from. From our science class, we know that a light cannot travel through an opaque solid, which is why we use these cutouts to create a spot through which the light will pass through. Now I'm going to go ahead and increase the height of this component to about 1.5 inch so that it's tall enough to fit our LED tea light candle. And now our design is complete. This is the base where we'll place our tea light, and this is the top or the dome that we'll place on top of our tea light in the night. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.